Good morning from a Unis bound, very windy, very hair-ruined, wet, muddy. I'm glad I'm not on the platform today. Just had day 2 of being on the platform. Excellent. Nice to volunteer on a heritage railway. Anybody that's interested, I can put some stuff up there when I get time. So what you're going to see next is just a few bits and pieces cobbled together, all on different dates, all for different reasons. Just a bit of a mishmash, but enjoy. Right, so I think I left it where I was going to do some plastic welding, and this is where we are. So this has been unsuccessful. It still leaks. So first of all, go back to this. I couldn't get a successful weld in there. I couldn't turn the heat gun round in the tight environment that I've got to play with. In fact, I can't even get my camera in successfully, but there we go. The external, I just cut an angle, fitted this in, and try as I might, so many welding attempts to get this done. It looks a bit like, well, it's a complete dog's dinner, to be honest. But considerations were the thickness of the piece of polypropylene that I was using, which is this thick, fastening it onto this base material, which is that thick. Then also the temperature at the heat gun I set at 4 out of 10. I think that's around 300 degrees. Then another consideration is the welding rods. These are triangular welding rods, but I don't believe they were large enough. These are for car bumper bars, things like that. And so it's a combination of a skill that I'm not very good at, thickness of two similar material, well, two same materials. So this is about 4mm, this is about 10mm. How hot I had my heat gun, the speed and application of the welding rods, which may or may not be the correct ones. I just had to guess. What I can produce is a very, very strong angle. I can produce a very strong weld, but what I can't produce up to now is a waterproof, water sealed weld. So I think a little trip to Terry Wright to get some instruction. So Terry, I'll have to come and see you one day, mate. So that's where we are. I've ordered some Indasa polyurethane sealant, which I will smear in this letterbox shape where this grey polypropylene is, and hopefully create a seal that way. And beyond that, just put a piece of rubber liner on the inside of this. So I'm not defeated. It's just a shame it didn't work, but well worth a try. Great fun, even though it wasn't successful. Coming down this back edge. Yeah. Which way are you going? Right.
When you're welding, you're always looking at the back to see how it's coming out.
Yeah. Slow down or speed up.
That's it, mate, yeah.
Like that.
You see, you can go over it again with no nozzle in at all.
Got these to play with. Thank you to Dave Welton, much obliged, and Amazon, which was ordered just before Dave Welton stepped in and says, "Oh, I'll send you some of that, Steve." Top lad, thank you very much. Right, which side are you doing?
I think they might.
If I spin it round and start at this end and work towards there, or do you want to start?
Wrong way round to me.
Which way round do you need it?
So I'm gonna come up here.
Yeah.
And go around.
Something like that, or
no, that's it. You'll get there.
all down to being waterproof. It's definitely strong enough.
Gotta be waterproof.
So far, so good. Good morning from a sunny, cold, windy. Looks quite nice, but it's bitterly cold. So I've just come up to see my mate, who's giving me a hand and giving me some advice on welding. He's also been showing me his computerized cutting machine, and he's created this. Look at that. That is just astonishing. All the way down to the bottom, so the corner of his sheds. I'll just have to miss out this wheelbarrow that's in the way, all the way down. Look at that. And the same at this side. Looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, we've been doing a tutor and apprentice welding session. Was that the sun in your eyes? Sorry about that. We had first go at welding and it sprung a leak, but not from Terry's welding. It actually sprung a leak from the original seam where I cut the spout off. So we've got water in, and this is now completely sealed. This is where the original seal was for when the spout was in place, and that's where it was leaking from. So I've actually exposed and cut off too much of the original weld, and as a result it's leaking. But at the moment we're just having a cup of tea, and that is working well. Getting closer. Oof, tea time. Dreams delivered our new mattresses this morning. 5 to 8. Steve was fast asleep, but thanks to Dreams, if you're watching, probably not. So I've just come back from Terry's, and the welding was successful. It's been water tested. The two pieces of weld you can see here are the original outlet for the spillway, and when I cut the spillway off in order to make this flatter for digging in the ground, I went too deep and went through the weld there. So that was the only 2 points that were leaking. Terry's efforts, however, were perfect. No leaks whatsoever. So that's ready to go in the ground when I can organise some kind of weir plate. I've got this as an idea, but I'm not too certain about that yet. I've got to come back to that. But quite surprised when I went to Terry and Fiona's. I'm not going into any detail, but we'll help them out with an issue that they had. So we shot up there and gave them a hand, and we got a good result out of it, which was nice. And when I walked through the door, they said, "Oh, thank you for coming up and helping us, and just as a thank you, we've made this for you." And I was astonished. I mean, proper blown away. There's some talented people out there, and I can't say any more. I'll just have to show you. Look at that. Now Terry believes that's made out of ash. I have no idea, but what I know is that is just utterly awesome. So the plan is to get some, what do I call it, Osmo door oil. You can just see it up there in the dark. And I am going to stain this, and when it's stained we'll see how it's come out. But I am absolutely giddy as. Kat hasn't seen this yet, so when she gets back from university down at London, I'll be showing her this. So thank you to Terry and Fiona. Oh, by the way, Terry, that 2-inch spray bar is here, all yours. So those of you that have been following this channel for a while, remember a few months ago I said that we're going to a friend of mine over in a place called Turves, so about 10 mile away from here, and he was having a water feature idea. Well, fingers crossed that should be started next week, so hopefully I'm going to put some footage together of that. If you're interested, there won't be any fish, it's just going to be a pondless waterfall, falls, maybe 3 or 4 to be honest, of some kind. We shall see. And without further ado, I've put my Osmo door oil on Terry and Fiona's gift of the plaque, and here it is. I think you'll be agreeing when I say that that is magnificent. That has come out absolutely beautiful. So that will be up on the wall probably tomorrow when it's dry. So yeah, thanks again Terry and Fiona. I'll see what we've got next. So there you go, just a short one, just a bit of a catch up. Today's just horrendous for weather, absolutely horrendous. Fish are now active and moving around. Temperature is still only 8 degrees. But they are tearing up a lot of weed because I'm getting an awful lot coming through into the skimmer. Just have a look in there. As you can see there, we're only cleaned out yesterday and it's green again. Just looking forward to getting going. Maybe another month. Fingers crossed. See how it goes. So like I said, just a short one. Thanks for everybody that keeps commenting, really appreciate it. What else? Nah, nothing else, think of it later. Right, 2 jabs, 1 booster, look after your family, stay indoors. Don't get injured by flying pond covers and things like that. Stay indoors, fish will be fine. As soon as this wind dies down, absolutely fine. In the meantime, take care and goodbye.